Good afternoon and welcome to this live coverage of Kingswood versus St. Joseph's, live from the CRNFC grounds at Longton Place. We're just a few minutes into the game. Apologies for the late commentary, but it's a Friday and things are a little hectic. Kingswood playing in their usual dark blue jerseys, the red numbers, and in the hoops are St. Joseph's. Referee for this evening, probably one of the best up-and-coming referees we have at the moment, referee Dimitri Gunasekara, as referee Leroy Fernando signals for the Josephian lineout in a good attacking position just outside of the 22. Nicely stolen there by Kingswood, but they knock it on once again. That was good steal at the front of the line out by the Kingswoodians. Crucial save, in fact, and despite the fact that they knocked it on, they'll be happy that they foiled that first phase move. Jason Melder taking the ball up nicely at first receiver. Big Josephian forwards will look to make inroads here in the 22. The ball is available. They pick and go. Nicely moved out. Number 12 jinking back in. Kurumulapitia putting the ball deep into the 22. Beautifully taken by the following on winger. It's a lovely kick, brilliantly followed up. Good defense by the Kingswoodians as well. Great passage of play by the Josephians there. They lost their line out to start with, but managed to regather the ball, and good advantage played by referee Dimitri Gunasekara. He let at least a couple of offences go there when there was clear advantage to the team. So that's good game management. Lovely kick by Kurumbalapitia at fly half, maturing into that position after playing half back last year. Good coordination also among the Josephian backs. The winger knew exactly what was coming, chased it up nicely, and just knocked on in the face of good defensive pressure. This scrum going up, great scrum by the Josephians. Kingswood trying to run it out of trouble and putting the boot in. It's not a direct, it's a directionless kick. But driving in and lifting is the call from referee Gunasekara. And that's a good call, especially at the school level. You've got to be safe in the scrums, and lifting in the scrums is something that must be frowned upon, and well spotted there by the referee. Kingswood under early pressure will look to clear their lines. Playing in Colombo for the first time this season, their first match here. So they will be wondering how to deal with the heat. Badly knocked on there. That's a terrible mistake by the Josephian left wing. Or it's a second row actually. Another big scrum by the Josephians. Jason Melder off the back. Makes good yards. Nicely picked up by his flank forward. Quick ball once again for the Josephians. That's a great ball. Big prop. Good continuity here from St. Joseph's. Long pass out to the wing. He's got space, this boy. Cutting back in and keeping the ball in play. Good defense again by Kingswood. St. Joseph's need to protect this, and they do. This is Melda once again. The big man making the inroads. It's available once again. This is quite good phase play from St. Joseph's. They decide to drive it forward. It's available once again. Scrum half gets entangled in his own players. That was untidy. Referee Gunasekara says time off, and it's a try. No, it isn't. He's actually saying time off. Not sure exactly whether there was a score there, but there might have been. Captain's getting a bit of a talking to. Time on, says the referee, and it's a penalty to St. Joseph's. It's a pretty still day today. Jason Melda off the short tap, trying to power his way over here. The Josephians are pretty obviously looking for their big forwards to try and bust through this Kingswoodian defense, which has remained stubborn, but that'll begin to tell. This is Jason Melda, and he's over. That's the first try for St. Joseph's. Can hear the crowd go wild around me here at the Longdon Place Stadium. We see it once again. Good ball from the scrum half. He struggled for it, gave it to Melda, who knew what was coming, took it standing, and Kingswood had committed too many players to that defensive ruck, and there was nobody to pick up Jason Melda. They needed at least 2 players on him to stop him from that range, and that was the downfall for Kingswood. But a good bit of play from St. Joseph's. They went into the 22 for the first time in the game and made it count. 5 points to 0 to St. Joseph's. It's a kick miss there by St. Joseph's, so a 7-point lead goes a-begging. It's still 5-0 in favour of St. Joseph's. Kingswood will be looking to make the most of this kickoff and get into the half of the Kingswoodians. And another big forward. Kingswood are going to struggle with the size here up front. Kurumbalapitia, it's not a great kick. This will give some room for the Kingswoodians to counter-attack, but it's a good chase on that kick. And sometimes even bad kicks can be made to look good by their chasers. Another kick put in there by Kurumbalapitia, finding space. It's a fly half for Kingswood. That's a terrible kick, it really is. And another mix-up by the prop. What was he doing back there? Should have left it for his scrum half. But well secured. St. Joseph's going forward once again. Nice bit of defensive work by Kingswood there, but was there a hand in it? Yes, there was, says referee Gunasekara. Going down, sealing the ball off, and then playing it in the ruck. Gunasekara being very clear with his instructions. No mistakes, Kingswood! Joseph's moving into the Kingswood half once again. They look like they've got this game by the scruff of their neck at this point in time, but it's still very early days. Still just over 10 minutes gone. Short and line out called by Josephs, and well won there by the number 2 jumper. Good technique. Referee Gunasekara playing advantage, but his advantage is over, he says. Good ball for the Josephian fly-half. Cutting back in is the number 12. That's the second time he's come back in and created space. But an accidental offside, says referee, running into his own players. It's been stubborn defense by this Kingswood pack so far. They've been getting battered by some big forwards that St. Joseph's have in their ranks. That's a great scrum. Great scrum. Brilliant work by the tight head prop there. Joseph's looking back, shoving the ball back inside. This is their number 13. Good pace on the winger here. Misses his man first time. Good run made by the left winger there. Good continuity once again. This big pack is quite mobile, but once again, it's still very early in the first half. The heat will begin to tell on both teams, and this game will go down to the second half and whether Josephs have enough in their legs to keep defending a counter-attack. Nice left-footed kick. Well gathered there. The cross kick seems to be an option for St. Joseph's this year. Sorry, we've lost some pictures, but that's all due to the huge crowd that's gathered here that seems to be stepping on all our wires. Another try for... Yeah, and that's fixed up. You've just missed a try, I'm sorry. You've just missed another try by Jason Melder, who scored his second try of the game in a couple of minutes. Another forwards rush from that line out as we saw. And Melder being put over by his scrum half. So that's 10-0 with the conversion to come for St. Joseph's. The kick goes over, so it's 12-0. Linesman Charit Kodagoda and Dilroy Fernando this evening. So good early pressure from St. Joseph's being converted into points. Kingswood have started badly. The heat will be sapping them. It is their first game. They're playing in Colombo in unfamiliar conditions. So it will take a bit of time for them to gather ahead of steam, get into the opposition half. But they don't look extremely fit, this Kingswood team. They look like they're already carrying a little bit of fatigue, and it's still very early days. Good kickoff. Nicely taken by the Josephian second row there. That was Dulakshan. It's been good work by Gregory Johnson and Vimukshan in the front row for St. Joseph's. Number 3, Stephen Gregory, was outstanding in the last scrum. That's what won them the tight head to enable that at first attack. Scrum under pressure once again, but Kingswood have won this ball back. It's picked up by Paranagama. Good ball for the Kingswood fly half this time. Drops the ball though. That was a good passage of play by Kingswood. They haven't had a lot of possession, but now that they've got it, they look like they can do something with it. Vijay Singh with a good run on the inside there, setting up the scrum, but unfortunately losing the ball. This is a pressure scrum for St. Joseph's, but they've done well. This is Bo Parachi off the back. More face play from St. Joseph's, but another knock on. Tariq Saleh taking the ball up, having a bit of a disagreement with his tackler there. They'll need a better scrum, Kingswood. They'll need to try and win the hit here because they're never going to match them for weight. Nice channel, one ball. It's better than nothing. Fly half takes it well, tidies up. Kane Pereira at fly half. Did well there under pressure ball. Taken quickly.
Vehicle number 1969 KM. I repeat, this announcement goes to KM 1969. Please remove your vehicle from the current position as you are blocking the way. Thank you.
Another knock on by St. Joseph's, so another pressure scrum for them to deal with. There was good channel one ball off the last scrum that Kingswood managed to get. They'll need a quick strike once again because they're never going to be able to hold this Josephian scrum if it puts the pressure on. This is where the game is going to be won and lost actually. And if Kingswood can be elusive and avoid these sort of contact situations, they might be able to pull something off here and get the score on the board. They'll need points because they don't want Josephs to get ahead of steam. They've done well, kept the ball in hand a few times and made yards. They look dangerous when they're running it, and they'll need to get this ball out quickly. Paranagama is a number 8, a lot of responsibility on his shoulders. Also S. Mohammed at number 9, he'll have to feed it well. Paranagama picks up nicely. Mohammed gives the ball back, and that's dropped. Unfortunately, that drop not going. That was a shame for Kingswood that they took that option. Should have kept the ball in hand and set it up once again. Paranagama did well off the back. Mohammed supported him well. Couldn't really get any continuity going, but they should have kept the ball in hand and tried to set it up once again, but the option of the left-footed drop goal, probably not the best one at that point. Kurumalapitia kicks off for St. Joseph's. Big boot put in there by the number 15, that's Rafaidin. Well taken at the back by the number 9, Romesh Priyankara. And referee showing a yellow card to Kumara. Kumara will see 10 minutes in the bin for a dangerous tackle there. Dimitri not taking any chances there with the discipline. But unfortunately for Joseph's, Kurumalapitia not finding touch. Kingswood going to the boot more than they probably should be. And that's another late charge. Lucky to get away with that one, the Kingswoodians. Putting the ball too much to the boot, not really having any structure in their play. They don't want to take on this big front five of St. Joseph's, but at the same time, they need to make sure that they get the ball back. They can't kick it away to St. Joseph's all day. Nicely won in the line out by the Kingswood number 2. This is Vijay Singh. Brilliant run by him. Wonderful run by Vijay Singh, the number 12. Jinxing his way to the line. Can they get this over? And yes, they can. Referee Dimitri Gunasekara right on the spot. A brilliant score there by the Kingswoodians. Set up by a wonderful run by A.R. Vijay Singh, who cut back inside and made sure that the Josephians couldn't get a hold of him. Gave his boys go forward ball, and the try scored brilliantly by the supporting players. Well picked up and scored. Kingswood scoring under the post, so we'll probably see this conversion going over, which will make it 12 points to 7, which means the game is definitely on. Kingswood number 10, Kane Pereira, the left footer, lining this kick up. And it's over, so 10 plays 7. With 20 minutes gone at CRNFC, St. Joseph's in the hoops and Kingswood in the blue. This is the first match of the season for both teams. It's the first match of the A-Division League this year. A couple of other matches being showed simultaneously as well. We have Royal playing Science College at the Royal College grounds, and we also have St. Peter's taking on St. Anthony's for the Rector's Trophy. We'll bring you those scores as and when we have them. But here at the CRNFC ground, it's St. Joseph's versus Kingswood College, and it's 23 minutes. We are in the 23rd minute of this game, and it's 7 points to 10 in a close encounter. St. Joseph's trying to make the use of their big forwards, and doing so there nicely, once again putting pressure at the breakdown situation. And Kingswood conceding a penalty. This is Jason Melder. He knows only one way, and that's straight through the middle. Tariq Sali takes it on. Scrum off Ramesh Priyankara. Priyankara looks for it. Goes blind. This is Jason Melder. There's no prizes for guessing who it's going to from the first phase or the second phase, but you still have to stop him. This is Stephen Gregory trying to power his way to the line. But it's held up, says the referee. He went over, but it was held up. So the ball will be Joseph's ball once again. Stephen Gregory just unable to ground the ball, even though he made his way over the line. And it's always good to see prop forwards getting that bit of a run in there and trying to score a try. Not often that they get that luxury. He's been a key player for St. Joseph's throughout this first quarter of the game. Did brilliantly to win a tight head scrum, after which Jason Meld actually did score. And let's see whether he can put the pressure on this scrum once again. Yes, that's a great scrum from St. Joseph's. But it's somehow been won by Kingswood. Thumps it back for the number 14, Janit Chanaka. Kurumbalapitia making a hash of things, but picking it up nicely. Thumps it forward to relieve pressure, but this is a counter-attacking opportunity for Kingswood. N.D. Pereira is the number 19 who took that ball forward. Now the forwards get a chance to go. Went back, says a referee. This is good play by Kingswood. Tariq Sali trying to snaffle that ball in the breakdown, but nice pressure by the Josephians. Good defense. That's great on-rushing defense by Melder, showing that he's not just an attacking player. Nice little kick through by Kingswood, but the referee had blown the whistle. Already a few Josephians with their hands on their knees. This is what's going to be telling for them. They will need to be able to last the full 80 minutes. And that's something with this big forward pack might be a little bit difficult for them. Kingswood need to be patient. Scrum going down immediately. Hooker in a bit of strife, that's Sharon Johnson. He's been playing well as a unit with his front row boys. They've got good technique in this scrum. Just watch them, they know what they're doing. Crouch touch set is the call, and that's a great scrum once again by Joseph's, putting them under pressure. But K.N. Pereira coming away nicely with the ball, but well chased down by Vijay Singh. But great work by Shamilka Kurumbalapitia. Lovely pass out to the number 13. Great inside ball also from Hasuru Gunawardena. This is Boparachi bursting forward. Priyankara nearly pushed into the ruck by his oncoming players. Hitting the ball nicely at pace. Priyankara rummages for the ball. Penalty, says the referee. There's hands in the ruck. And that was a good bit of play by Kurumbala Pitya, who counter-attacked. He knew that the left winger was missing and that there will be space on that side. Managed to exploit that space, and there was good running by Janit Chanaka in that piece as well. And the third row for the Josephians, they're pretty much everywhere. That's Bope Arachi, Tariq Sali and Udumalagala. Dulit Fernando knocking that one over, so it's 7 points to 15 in favor of 7 points to 15 in favor of St. Joseph's. Kingswood kicking a little bit too much, need to keep the ball in hand, giving too much room, especially with the man down. They've got one in the sin bin, that's Kumara, who was sent to the sin bin for a dangerous tackle, so they'll need to play out the time until he comes back. Bit of a mess at the kickoff. Not great work at the breakdown. That's a good call by referee Dimitri. He's telling the captain that there is a problem and that you can't go diving over the ball. He's told him once, he's told him twice, and he's not going to tell him again. That's Herath getting the lecture. He'll do well not to go flopping all over the ball once again and giving away needless penalties. His side are down on the scoreboard already. He doesn't need to flop down on the floor himself. It's a question of fitness. It's a question of discipline. And this Kingswood team looking a little bit fatigued already. Pressure relieved by the Josephian fly half. Two good number 2 jumpers for both teams. It's going to be a good contest in this line out once again. It was stolen one time, and Kingswood will fancy their chances to try and steal it again. Pressure on Sharon Johnson to get the throw right. Great shot from our cameraman at the score. Went to number 4, and that was the pressure I was talking about a little earlier. This is Vijay Singh who made that run to score the try. The ball went back, says the referee. It's loose, but picked up by Vijay Singh once again. But there's 2 knock-ons, so the first knock-on made by St. Joseph's, and the ball will go to Kingswood in this scrum. Joseph's won't mind that because they know that they have dominance in the scrum. But once again, the pressure telling. Johnson a little bit anxious to throw to the number 2 jumper, so went for the number 4. That didn't work out too well, and that's what pressure does to you. Good channel 1 ball for Paranagama once again. Bope Arachi snaffles him. KN Pereira turns, gives it to Vijay Singh, his danger man. This isn't Vijay Singh actually. That's a great run by the number 19. This is Vijay Singh. He's cut back in. Tries to find the offload, but only finds a Josephian defender desperately scrambling back. That was great work by the Josephian defense, cover defense. They've got the ball. Priyanka awaits, snipes. Good work by St. Joseph's here to try and secure the ball. They've got to wait for their scrum half. Kurumbala Pitya waits. The left foot. Manages to get the ball away, but it's not in touch. And that's unlucky for Paranagama. He was nicely positioned, but dropped the ball. So good break there by the Kingswoodian number 19. Can't for the life of me find his number here on the team sheet. It's actually ND Pereira, sorry. Pereira and Vijay Singh are the 2 danger men in midfield. Kumara is back in the number 11 jersey. He's been asked to come back from the sin bin. So Kingswood back to their full complement. This is Udumalagala. Udumalagala to Vishmitha. Vishmita Peiris in the number 12 jersey making yards for St. Joseph's nicely. Joseph's just moving on across half-time. That was great work by Mohammed. He wasn't offside. He came in nicely, read the play well. And the referee showing another yellow card to the Kingswood player for playing the ball on the ground. That was Ilanga Gedara. He's given a fair warning to the Kingswood captain and to the forwards. You can't really complain too much. The Kingswood College coach will not be saying anything at all to the referee because he's told them you can't flop over the ball, and if players are messing around with the ball on the floor, then they will be shown the yellow cards. So they've just had Kumara come back from the sin bin, and they have now got Ilanga Gedara, the number 5, going into the sin bin. So this will weaken their scrum even further because he's a big boy, he's in the second row, and this will really create problems for them at scrum time. Referees communicating, that's good to see. Charit Kodagoda with the referee Dimitri. Always good to have some help because sometimes they see things you don't see. Give you a few tips. Sharon Gregory goes to number 2. Nicely won there by the Josephians. This is Tariq Sali. Priyankara goes open side. Jason Melder takes some stopping, but they bring him down. This is Vishmita trying to jinx his way out of trouble. Nice run there by Vishmita, and he finds his course center. Nicely intercepted there by Kingswood. This is the big number 1, Herath. Good continuity there. This is Kumara, who's just come back from the sin bin. Good defense there by Vishmita, who played the ball. Disrupted the offload, and probably a try-saving maneuver there by him. Priyankara partially charged down there. Ball partially charged down by the Kingswood player, but Kurumbulapitiya putting himself under a little bit of pressure because of the slow ball. And we're back in the Kingswood half. Bouncing ball, always a little dangerous. Kurumbulapitiya takes it once again. Swings it nicely wide. This is Janit Chanaka coming in off the left wing. Vishmita tidying it up nicely. Nicely done by Paranagama. Looking for support. Mohammed swings it out to KN Pereira, who has had to live off scraps all day. He thumps it forward and chases. It's a good chase by KN Pereira, chasing his own kick, but well recovered by Janit Chanaka there, who was covering for his fullback. Good understanding between the back three of the Kingswood College team. The Josephian team. But Kingswood looking dangerous with ball in hand, just not able to get it away to support play, and KN Pereira really has been living off scraps. The fly half, you've got to feel sorry for him. It's coming to his ankles, it's coming over his head, it's bouncing along the line to him, and he's doing what he can. Nice line out play there, taken at the back. This is KN Pereira off to... That's not a great try. It was a knock on there. Brilliant tackle. We'll try and tell you who it was. Obviously, we're not blessed with all the camera angles that you're used to seeing at international rugby, but we'll try and tell you who made that tackle. It was a brilliant tackle. And the ball just knocked forward there by a try-scoring hopeful. It's a great run by Jayatilaka, who almost made the line. It was stopped by a try-saver. This is Udumalagala off the back. We're so accustomed to seeing the number 8s breaking on this position. And that's a penalty. Penalty to Kingswood. They'll want to score before half time. They swing it wide. This is the big number 1, Herat. Not 10 meters, says the referee. Kingswood probably should go for the points here. They've got a man shot. They should go for the points. This will be a silly decision if they look to run it. Unless they score a try, of course, then I'll look silly. They're very close to the line. Referee Gunasekara on the spot. Held up, he says. And it's scrum 5 to Kingswood. Let's hope they don't live to rue that decision not to take the 3 points that were on offer and go into halftime at 15 points to 10. Probably with a man in the sin bin as well. They probably should have gone for the points there. Equal numbers in the scrum, says the referee. Paranagama does well. Nicely picked up by KN Pereira. This is Vijay Singh. Gets it off nicely to his winger. And that's a try. Brilliantly scored there by Kingswood. Let's see this replay here live on the score. Nice work by Paranagama. Gets it away. Brilliantly picked up by KN Pereira. Running a nice line. And a superb pick-up there by the winger. That was Kumara, who's just returned from the sin bin. Vijay Singh, didn't he do well at the number 12 position to free his arms and get that ball away to his winger? It was a superb, absolutely brilliant try. Well, looks like it wasn't a try. Referee's call play back, probably a forward pass. Watching our monitors, not really privy to what's going on the field. Sorry about that mix-up, but it was good play by Kingswood nevertheless. Would have set a few jitters in the St. Joseph's camp. But the ball goes dead. And Josephs will kick off, relieved that they didn't concede there. Probably should have conceded the 3 points. And Kingswood should have gone for them. Right-footed kick. Mohammed. This is Vijay Singh. That came off the hands of the Josephian. Beautifully picked up by Vijay Singh. He's been the three-quarter that we've all had eyes on this entire first half. Made some brilliant runs. It's a shame he's not getting more good ball. Mohammed waiting for it. Penalty, says the referee, and he reaches into his pocket for a card. And yes, that is a card for Tariq Saleh, who tries to plead innocence, but there's no point in doing that. So this is Herat bursting towards the line. He needs support. Well picked up there by support player, but referee once again says penalty, not 10 meters. Kingswood know that they're down to 7 forwards as well, the St. Joseph's team. Might want to take the points, but this is where it's a little bit silly because they rejected the kick that was just right in front of the post. 3 sure points for the asking, and now they're taking the kick from a little bit more of an angle. And although Pereira is a left-footed kicker, it would have been much easier to take the kick about maybe 4 minutes ago that they had, and there'd be 10 points to 15 in favor of going into half-time. So that's just bad tactics, to be very honest, and that's where you expect the coaches to give some guidance to the players who sometimes get a little bit excited. It's not over, and few hearts in the mouths there just before it was touched down by St. Joseph's. That's half-time. 15 points to 7, unfortunately, for Kingswood, not going in at 15 points to 10, which they probably should have been doing. It's 7 points to 15 here at the Longdon Place grounds. You're live here with us on The Score, and it's looking a very, very interesting game. The second half will leave all of it to be played for, because both these teams look like they're fatiguing a bit, and with some great play by Vijay Singh, who is a brilliant runner with the ball in hand. Let's see whether he can make a difference in this second half.